so high. Feet on the ground, but I still get by. The rules were made for someone else to try, but not me, not me. They said slow down, son, take your time. But I was born running every stop sign. Sky is the limit, no chance to hold. Sky is the limit, I'm breaking the mold. Sky is the limit, I'm out of control tonight. Every doubt just feeds the flame. Every scar reminds me why I came. I've been broke, I've been blessed, carry faith in an empty chest till now. The stars are down like good old friends, saying, boy, don't stop where the sky just ends. Sky is the limit, no chance to hold. Sky is the limit, I'm breaking the mold. Sky is the limit, I'm out of control tonight. Sky is the limit, no chance to hold. Sky is the limit, I'm breaking the mold. Sky is the limit, I'm out of control tonight. Sky is the limit, no chance to hold. Sky is the limit, I'm breaking the mold. Sky is the limit, I'm out of control tonight.
Canterbury Inferno Hockey is brought to you by Brendan Hart and Harcourt's Gold. For your real estate needs, buying or selling, get in touch with Brendan Hart at Harcourt's Gold. Brendan.hart@harcourtsgold.co.nz. And by Futaporo Accountants. Not your average accountants, Futaporo take the hassle out of taxes and let you focus on what you do best. Futaporo.co.nz. Eden Health and Chiropractic, helping athletes and their families thrive. EdenChiropractic.co.nz. The Alpine Ice Sports and Entertainment Center, fun physical entertainment for the whole family. alpineice.co.nz. And by Pinnacle Sports Physicians, Specialist medical doctors giving expert advice to get you moving as quickly and safely as possible. The clinic specializes in the care of children and adolescents. pinnaclesp.co.nz.
Kia ora koutou. Welcome everybody to the Alpine Ice Sports and Entertainment Center. My name is Matt Chavez, here with Paul Matthews, and we are here today to call the season ender for the Wild and the home closer for the Inferno. It's going to be a good one today, Paul. Happy Matariki weekend to you.
Thank you very much. Yes, game 2 between these two teams for this weekend, and we had a bit of everything yesterday, didn't we? It was
yes.
a very eventful, dramatic game.
Yeah, I have a bit of everything. Just really says it all, because there were, just every weird thing that could have happened yesterday. And you know what? We do have a couple of, I think it's 50 gamers that they're going to go through today. I didn't catch that memo, but I think I have it here. Give me just a second.
And while you're covering that off, I mentioned yesterday that this week we've had the under-14s, under-16s and under-18s national tournaments happening down in Dunedin. That's been a real cracker of a tournament so far. The 18s are playing now, and that means for the Inferno they're missing LJ Hart and Taylor Wallace, who are down there competing for honours as well. We don't have a list from the Wild of who they might be missing down there, but we do know a couple of their players did shoot up yesterday to be here for yesterday and today. But yeah, they've probably got a 18s player or two down there as well.
So I think it might have been early on the Bobby Weeks. They are announcing her today for 50 games. I thought it was yesterday, at least I was told it was yesterday. And also it is Sophie Jeffries. Sophie's at number 14. And there's one other, and we'll get to that in just a minute, but congratulations to Sophie Jeffries for playing 50 NZWIHL games. That is a big milestone. And again, it has only been a 12-game league for a couple of years, so it just means a lot of service. And Abby Barnett, here she is. Abby hit 75 games today, so congratulations to her. That is a true milestone in this league. Good on her. So lots of good milestones for the weekend, and really good to see the players being congratulated for their length of service out here.
Yeah, her and Bridie Gibbons, of course, have played together for a very long time. Bridie was the one that we recognised yesterday, so obviously we had one game missed by the way today's recognition somewhere along the way, either was away or whatever.
It happens. It happens in so many different ways, which is what makes milestones such a big deal for hockey players too. So that's very good for them. Paul, let's get back to what we were talking about for yesterday. And I know let me summarize this based around what you said just a minute ago with a couple of the key players being in Dunedin, especially Hart. The offense yesterday was pretty generally it was working, but it wasn't finishing. And where Burstein had the hat trick for Wakatipu, the Inferno just really didn't quite finish their chances, and that's what we're worried about today. Where is that going to come from?
Yeah, that's right. And there was good firepower on display for both teams, but as you say, it didn't quite finish where it needed to be. It didn't quite get them into the net. Very strong defensive effort from both, so that should really be commended. But they're going to have to really come out firing here today. What happened? We talked about it yesterday. Is the Wild kind of got on top of them a little bit, really relatively early on in the second period, and they never quite recovered from that. They put up a strong effort, but they didn't quite get there. So they're going to be making sure that doesn't happen today.
So the goalie matchup, we did mess that one up yesterday because, well, we were told otherwise, but it will be Zadia Pulse in net for the Wild. She'll be starting today, whereas Wickman started yesterday, and Coco Cruikshank will be the goaltender for the Inferno.
Yeah, that's right. No backup goalie for the Inferno today as well. Unfortunately, Paige Chalet is a bit sick. She was down in the 16s tournament. A few of them came away feeling with a bit of a tummy bug. So no backup goalie today. It's all on Coco.
There you go. And we're underway. They dropped that quickly, and off we go. Shot by Guerin, and that goes over the crossbar. We're underway here quickly with the Inferno on the attack. Out to Godfrey. She sends it deep off the back wall. Goes to Weeks. Weeks tries to clear it, doesn't get it out. Stays in. Smith with it for a moment. Now it gets sent the length, and it'll be Godfrey to pick that one up, and some line changes. Very quick 40 seconds gone already. Sent back in. Cruikshank's going to push it aside. And Burstein getting in the action again already. She had the first 3 goals, just didn't have the empty netter. That was Bennett's yesterday. And here's the Wild getting set up for their offensive run. Speaking of, there's Bennett. She's the one with the empty netter at the end yesterday that we all kind of, they snuck the goalie off, and it really was that situation. And Bennett came through with a long shot for the Wild. Now a chance in front here. Good stick lift, and the defense there for the Inferno. Harris to move that around. Dumped in by Stiles. No, that was Clark on the 16, not 15. Clark gets it back. Swept in front, saved. Bounces away off the half boards and goes back out to neutral. Stiles to collect this one. Dixon. Harris dump and chase. And it'll be Matthews to pick up the puck behind the net. She gets rid of it off the half boards to the Wild. Sent into the corner. Dixon tracks it down, goes behind. And now the Inferno have it. Boniface getting rid of it. That crosses the ice, goes off the boards near us. Then comes back in for a moment. Tobin with it. Tobin passing it out. Missed the tape on Eccleton there as she stretched out for it. And now the Inferno have it again. Ripped off the boards, comes out to neutral to Jeffries. Now Guerin has it, and it is the Inferno's chance to set up. Line change for the Wild. Burstein comes back out. Puck never really goes in, and it's sent deep. And that will go for an icing, as that was not touched and was behind the red line.
Yeah, good sequence of play there from both teams. They're just filling each other out a little bit at the moment, I think. Just trying to work out how the other team is going to play this game. As I mentioned at the offset, Inferno will want to be coming out pretty fiery here. So they'll be happy with the play so far, but they'll be wanting to keep the pressure on.
There's Burstein winning a faceoff. That was another big factor yesterday. The Wild winning far too many faceoffs for the Inferno's liking. That shot comes in, just sits in front, doesn't really do much. And a stop in play as Pulse puts her glove on it.
Yeah, that's right, and wasn't going to go too far. They had the defenders in place there, so no goal, and it didn't really look like it was going to go in, but you never know. Sometimes it just takes a little tap, doesn't it?
It doesn't take much. It's just one of those unexpected things. Most of the time it's fine. Guerin loses that one, goes the length of the ice. Cruikshank has to tap it to the side, and Godfrey picks it up going behind the net. Wimé with it. In front, chance. Oh, that's a dangerous one for the Wild, but they can't knock that one home. And now it's turned around quickly. Inferno 2-on-2. Gordon on the skate, but the puck gets taken away from her. Now they dump and chase. Goes into the left corner. A couple of forwards coming off here for a change. And we have a hand pass.
It's hit the net, I believe.
Also a delay of game, it looks like, if that's a penalty. Yep, 2 minutes. Looks like it was delay of game for the puck going immediately out of the defensive zone. So we'll have the first power play of the evening with the Inferno going out 5-on-4. Yep. Eccleton going back out there, and I'm not going to take any chances here, the Maths. I'm just going to allow them to be what they are today. Shot by Gordon. That is far too much to figure out. We'll talk about the playoff standings as well when we get a chance. Smith is going to chase this one down. Forecheck by Burstein. Burstein, the affiliated player, and now leading the Wakatipu Wild for goals with 8, as she had a hat trick yesterday. Goes all the way down. It's on target. No icing here. Picked up by Harris. Comes out of the zone. Eccleton gives it up. And they have to go chase it down. Wild going for a change. And a minute 21 to go on the delay of game call. Another one thrown back in. Guerin has to play this one carefully. And off she goes over the red line. 4-on-2 developing here. She skates outside, holds on to it, looks for a pass, can't get it in the middle. Now it goes out to Godfrey. Long shot there and just missed. It was who was on? It was Harrop on the doorstep there, and that goes back to Godfrey. Very close for the Inferno there, but not quite pulled off, which was the story of yesterday. Hopefully that's a change of pace today. And they start converting on some of those. Long ways down the ice, of course. Godfrey to pick that one up with 30 seconds to go on the Wild minor. Pass to the side. It's Guerin up the left. Comes in. Skates to the backhand. Still skating. Holds up at the half boards. Passes to Tobin. That's knocked aside. Goes out to neutral. They have to reset. Players get out of the zone. They're going to bring it in, and that should pretty much end this penalty now. And we're back to 5-on-5. That will not be an ice. And it's Bennett's getting there first for the Wild. Tries to slam it home, gets it back. That goes out in front, up high. And it was Thurston not able to play it. And here comes Shattuck. Shattuck gets it knocked off her stick by Orr. Good physical play there, and now the Wild get it out of the zone. Comes the other way with Mills into the corner. She skates around looking for Wimé. Wimé had a chance there, but the puck never quite got to her. That one goes out in front. Can't stay in at the point there, or with it. That's sent in offside. And Smith looking, that's still offside. They play it out anyways. No danger there. Goes to Patchett. Sends it in front. Nobody home on the left side. Picked up by Harris. And the Wild have possession. They dump and chase. That's going to go for an icing. And there it is. So stop and play after about 2 minutes of straight play, but nothing really going with that power play outside of the one chance that crossed the center line there for Harrop.
Yeah, they tried a couple of shots from far out, but never really looked like they were going to go in. So Wild will be happy to have closed that down.
Guerin wins that face-off. Puck comes out low, kind of a shot pass in by Boniface. In front, chance. Strain couldn't do anything with that one there. Harris throws it and misses the pass on that. No icing here as it was waved off. And Barnett has the puck. Passed out. And it'll be the Wild chasing that down at the half boards. Inferno on the forecheck here. Strain doing some good work. Burstein with it. Burstein with a shot. Burstein with a goal. Burstein with too much room. Boniface just couldn't do anything there. And Burstein goes right around and hits the upper right corner here on this one to make it 1-0. That's a heck of a shot by Burstein here.
Yeah, had 2 to beat as well, so worked away around the 2 defending players. Excuse me, took a shot from the side, and as you'll see here in the replay, and then topped it right up over his shoulder. So great little shot.
Cruikshank not quite staying centered there after getting burned so many times on double moves yesterday. Can't say I blame her, but that one hit the target, and the Wild are on top. 1-0 penalty coming up here against the Wild. No, that was an offside. Sorry, arm was up. We'll get back to that, and I'll explain in a minute why that looked funny. Stiles, and now the Inferno have it. Yonker. Patchett goes down. That puck goes up to Gordon. Gordon has to skate around the goal. She gets it taken off the tape, and that puck will go the distance. That will be an icing, and there it is. So another fun fact, Paul, as part of the tournament that's going down in Dunedin at the same time, exactly the same time, you may have noticed the very eagle-eyed among you on the stream might have noticed that there are only 2 players on Team Stripes today, both wearing the cuffs, and no linesmen today. So it's going to be interesting because you're going to see arms go up, and they may be for offside. So if I catch that wrong, I promise I'm doing my best on that one, but so are they. And big ups to Team Stripes, because that is not an easy job to call that with 2 officials on ice. They're used to having 4 in order to work the games like this. So good on them for making it work this weekend. And I think if you want to be an official, they're probably looking for help. I can assure you for that. Jeffries plays that off the boards, gives it to Smith. They have a 2-on-1 here. Smith holds it, gives it to Eccleton. She shoots, but her stick got in the way, tied up with Jeffries, and that ends up going to the backboard. Now Guerin with a shot that's deflected on the way in by Eccleton or Harris. And that one goes out to Clark. Chance in front, excuse me, and it's a dry air in here, isn't it, Paul? Guerin holds on to it, goes through center ice, gains the zone, holds at the point, looks for a pass, tries to get it to Strain, but it's deflected, goes to Godfrey instead. She gives it up to Barnett, gives it back to Godfrey, and they set up the offense after the change. Long pass by Godfrey, and that goes to the other side. And it'll be Strain that gets there first to pick it up for the Inferno. Now Guerin moves it forward, beats Stiles, goes over the blue line, takes a shot that's deflected away before it gets on net. Puck still behind the net, bouncing around a little bit. Barnett at the blue line, sends it off the back wall. Godfrey backs off on this one to allow for some room to play defense, and they do exactly that. Inferno throw it back in and go for a change. That puck off the back wall. Wild with it. Burstein gets it. She meets the forecheck, but does a good job passing it away. Now that one's going to go for an icing, as that was fired in just a little too early.
Yeah, you mentioned Team Stripes before. If any budding players are watching this at home, if you're from Christchurch anyway, they have got a class coming up for new referees and officials coming up in a few weeks from now. So they've just advertised it recently, so check it out. They're definitely needed. Perfect
timing there, Paul. Well done. I'm glad you knew that. Patchett loses that face-off, and it is the Wild streaking away, bursting with it. She gives it up, and that's passed into the half wall, and now Patchett gets it back. She holds on to the puck, still holding, and it's taken away. Sangstrom with it. Around the back, shot. Thurston with a shot and glove save. And we'll get a face-off here in just a minute.
Yeah, nice little save there from Cruikshank. You see her move position that time, so she was ready for it. Wasn't a hard one for her to grab, but she was right there, ready for it.
The Sangster, Thurstrom, that combination actually worked pretty well for their third line yesterday, keeping the offense to an absolute minimum of the Inferno. So they clearly have something kind of working together in that partnership, or with it now. Sending it low, bounces it off the back wall, goes to Mills. Low shot there, some traffic in front, but it was off target. Wime sending around to Godfrey. Godfrey bodying the player off the puck there, and that allows it to go out to center. And off go the Inferno, 1-on-2. Jeffries couldn't play it in. She got it taken away, but the puck's gonna end up behind the net of the Wild. And then they send it out of the zone for Barnett to collect and neutralize. Crosses the ice. Sangster coming back out, and actually I don't want to, I said third line, I don't mean that. I was just it seemed like it, but it may not be, so I retract that statement. They are working very well together. I don't know which line's which, but I don't want to get caught out on that. Wild coming up the left side. A chance in front, and they couldn't bury that one. That was, again, I believe it was Sangster again with that puck and that wraparound pass. Now Burstein gets it taken away for a moment, but gets it back, passes to the side. Sangster can't play it, goes to Shattuck. She gets rid of it to Bennett, and Bennett is going to skate it in the zone. The rest of the Wild go for a change, but Bennett's going to hold on to it and shoot and score. She found a gap, and boy, did she selly on that one. About the same as what she did for the empty netter yesterday. And 2-0 the score, the Wild on top here in Christchurch.
Here's a nice little replay of it. It's a good little shot from this angle. It looked like it went behind, but clearly it didn't. There we go. Yeah, right on from the side. So from that angle, very, very tough shot.
Yeah, tough shot. You want to see the kind of that press up against the pipe there, but you can't cover all of it, and that's exactly what happened. She found the tiniest of spots and made it 2-0 for the Wild. Pass low, Yonkers throwing it into Gordon. Taken away and goes out to the left point with Boniface. They hold on to it. Patchett. Boniface trying to get rid of it. Goes back to Gordon. She's checked off the play or lets it go. Patchett gets there. Looking at the puck, gives it to Gordon. Gordon tries to go into the crease. Chance there. And it stays behind the net. Wild doing a good job. Pulse just staying put. And they turn the puck around. Mills leaves it behind for a drop pass, but Wimette was called off for a change. Now Gordon gets a shot out of it. And she kind of had a 1-on-2. She had to take that shot early because the defense was well back. And now Millie Smith has it. And the Inferno looking to break this out. Jeffries, Eccleton. Eccleton passes back to Smith. Smith to Tobin. Tobin up to Jeffries again. And that puck comes back out to the red line. Sent deep by Godfrey. Dump and chase. Will be the Wild getting there first. Stiles has it. Comes out of the zone, and the Inferno have to reset. This is one of those danger moments here, Paul, where the next goal will be very telling in this afternoon's contest. Do they go up 3, or do the Inferno get it back? That's always the question with the third goal when it's 2-0. Anyway, that's how math works, right?
No, that two-point lead can go very quickly as well, but 3 just gives them a bit of comfort, doesn't it?
It sure does. There's a pick-off. Guerin with a shot. Kick save. She gets it back off the wall. She just skated too far away and was backing off on that shot. And Pulse just stood her ground. Same thing here. That goes around to the other side. Boniface trying to hold it in. Bursting with it. Good poke check there by Strain. Passed around, Orr has it, sends it deep, and it's going to be picked up by Barnett. Barnett being the safe pair of hands behind the net. Passes it out. Shattuck sends it forward. Orr gets it though. And that's sent deep. No call here on the ice. Barnett gives that up. Burstein's got it, but couldn't turn on it quickly. Skates it, moves, skates forward. And that puck kind of just rolls past everybody. Now a chance. Cruikshank didn't see it immediately, but they couldn't get the wraparound chance to go on net, and Orr plays that one. It was a funny skate bounce. It'll go out of the zone. And it'll be played by Harris. 6 players over there on the wall, but it's the Wild to come out of it 2-on-1. Mills with a shot, stopped. Another shot, stopped. Penalty coming up. Don't know who this is on. Oh, I do now. It's on the Inferno. They'll be down a player shortly. And there it is, touched by Gordon. We have a hook. And we'll see who it's against. Patchett? Yes, Patchett it is. Patchett will go off for 2 minutes in that particular offensive sequence for the Wild, and it'll give them their first power play of the afternoon.
Yeah, a bit of a scramble there in front of the goal and just to the side. I didn't see the hooking itself, but the officials were right there, so they obviously did. Cruikshank's just adjusting some of her gear. I think she's fine. Just a little adjustment after that foray up front.
We got up there pretty quickly. Patchett for hooking. There it is. And it'll be Burstein and the power play unit for the Wild. She wins that face-off, goes through the circle, but can't hold on to the puck as she travels through. And now through the slot shot, and that one's held against the stick and leg pad there by Cruikshank. And we'll get another face-off after 11 seconds of penalty time here. Wild making the most of it to start with. It'll be Burstein to go again. Guerin wins that one though, crucial. And then it's sent only as far as the blue line, stays in the zone. Low shot in. Thurston trying to get something on it, but now they cycle it. Inferno playing high up on that aggressive penalty kill. Harris sending it to Andrews. That's going to go out up top. Stiles with a shot. And Harris tried to poke it home, but Cruikshank had a glove on it first.
That whole section played in the defensive zone for Inferno. Didn't manage to get it out. They had a couple of opportunities, but didn't. The Wild were onto them pretty quickly. And of course, being a player down, they're perfectly entitled to ice it, send it down the other end, try to kill a bit of time.
And now it's the Wild with it. That chop shot was a bit more dangerous than it looked. It just wasn't quite on target, but that moved height quite a bit. And now the Wild have it out on the edges. Into a skate there, that's going to be mishandled, and Jeffries is going to get rid of it. Great play there by the Inferno. And that is the first minute of play for the power play with just over 2.5 to go here in the first. Puck coming back out, crosses the ice. Bennett's has it now. Kind of slowed everybody up, but now it's going to go into the zone. Arnett throws it out. Wild have to reset. Orr has it now, looking to get things started. Gordon not exactly being aggressive with the forecheck, but playing up, and it's caused the Wild some problems to get started here. Now they bring it in the zone. Shot deflected and goes back out of the zone just that quickly. Good defense there by Jeffries. That one's thrown in. Is it thrown in too much? No, it's not. So it's picked up by the Inferno. 10 seconds to go on the power play. That is thrown out. Will go the length of the ice. And that should take care of the hooking call. Back to 5-on-5. Wild with it. Pass to Andrews, gain the zone, throw it behind. And the dump and chase is on. Wild circulate it. Bursting in the wall. Harris sends it back to her. Good play there by Godfrey, just absolutely taking her out of the play. A little extra coming back from Burstein to Godfrey. Still some receipts from yesterday, I think it's fair to say. I think that was Andrews throwing it back in. It was. A deflection here, an unfortunate one, and the Wild can't knock it home. Now Millie Smith with it. Smith trying to get rid of it. It stays in the corner. 48 seconds to go in the first period. Long shot, easy C, and Crookshank with a forced face-off here, as it was actually a pretty good choice by Thurston to get a face-off in the offensive zone for the Wild.
And Riley Andrews, of course, played quite a significant part in that period of play there. She's another good Wellington pickup. So Wellington don't currently have an NZWIHL team. So they've got some great players down there, up there, depending on where you are. And they're spread across different teams in the league.
We met with another chance. She's missed 2 in a row that have not been by much. We may just sitting over there on the opposite dot. This shot comes in directly. And Crookshank with a glove on the ice. But that was a dangerous turn of play. We met just sitting on that dot waiting for a puck to come her way, and it did it twice. And in that case, I think the Inferno got away with one. They're just misfiring, but a couple of good chances for the Wild. They continue here with the puck. Strain cuts her player off. Goes out to Yonker. Yonker with it, gains the zone. Yonker throwing it in, it's deflected. Gordon trying to get through. It's Yonker that comes around, shot, 2 chances. That bounces up into the glove. Paul saves it, and we get a stop in play. And I think they're gonna call that the period here. It is, well, there should be about 1 second, but I think they're gonna have a quick conversation if we're gonna call it or not. Yep, period over. I think that is, the whistle was a little before the horn, but referee's discretion, of course, Paul.
Yeah, that's right. And the clock had actually already hit 0, so I don't know if the horn was a little bit late or what. But either way, it's the end of the period. The team will be heading back upstairs for 15 to have a bit of a chat. And we're going to have a bit of a chat as well to one of the coaching staff from the Wild will be joining us in about 1 minute, and we'll get his view on how things have gone so far in this period.
Well, before we get that set up, Chris, we have the game summary we can throw up there for just a moment, and this will pretty much show you is 13 shots, 14 shots to 7 for the Wild. Burstein and Bennett scoring pretty much a solid period for the Wakatipu Wild. This is it was much like the third period yesterday. It wasn't necessarily a game where you have a lot of offense, but again, the Wild making the most of their opportunities, getting it to 2-0 to start with the lead. I think we have our interviewee here. There we go. Paul, and there we go.
Awesome, you can hear us okay there?
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello.
There he is.
Hey, how are you? Hey, so quite a different start to the game from yesterday. Obviously, we went into after the first period 0-0, and it was very much an arm wrestle in that first period. Whereas here, I think you'll probably be pretty happy with the way Wild's gone, are you?
Yes. They brought out a bit of intensity. Let's hope we can keep it there.
Yep. And what's your message for the players for second period?
Let's just hope both teams keep with the intensity. Wild keep playing with that puck, keep playing their way they are. It's a great hockey game. Let's just hope they keep all playing.
Yeah, and of course Burstein had the trifecta yesterday. Got one already today. You're looking for more out of her?
Yes, let's hope so. She's a bit of a beast out there, so let's hope Bernie keeps on going. But it's whole team are putting in a mass effort out there, so let's hope they keep building off what they've got.
Yeah, they certainly are. Okay, we'll let go have a chat to your players during the period, and we'll see you for the next.
Thank you very much.
Thanks
See you soon. Bye.
All right, so before we go to the break, if we could get the league standings back up. I just want to go through this while we have that in front of us and we have a moment to do it before we go too crazy. The league standings are, well, I think it's 8-7 right now on points. We'll get those up in just a minute, maybe. Looking for it. Anyway, the story is pretty simple. The Canterbury Inferno, if they get a win of any kind, that will get them to at least 9 points, and will prevent, there it is, will prevent the Wakatipu Wild from getting past 9 if that, it's an overtime situation. If that happens, and we assume that there are no points out of the Auckland Steel series, that is a big assumption, I understand, but given that they haven't dropped a single point this year, it is, I think, reasonable to talk about. If the Inferno get a win today of any kind, that will assure them of the 3rd seed because they would have a 3-1 series advantage over Wakatipu because they had a shootout win and an overtime win, and then yesterday's loss, so any win would make it 3-1. That would give them the advantage for the seed. If they were to not prevail today and the Wild come out ahead, depending on the point total that they end up with, which will either be a 10-8 or 11-7 situation, then you just have to simply make up the points in Auckland or you end up with where you were at. So that's where the math works out for the Inferno. And I think that kind of tells you what they need to be talking about here for the next 40 minutes. This is going to be their chance to really put things away or force them to do what they are unlikely to do, but hopefully can up in Auckland in order to get the seeding that they want. So anyway, any thoughts on that, Paul?
Yeah, and as you say, I wouldn't write them off for the Auckland round. They did head up there and get 2 wins, but as you say, you'd have to have a look at that points table and say that Auckland are very much the team to beat. It'll be a big challenge for them. You wouldn't write them off, but by the same token, if you're a betting person, you would probably have to put it on the scale. Interesting one. So really this game is very important for those final standings, which will determine the playoff teams. It's not over either way, of course. We'll have the finals round. All 4 teams are going to participate at that, but it does make the road to the final a little bit harder.
It does. And just to be clear about the Wakatipu schedule, this is their last regular season game today, so they can't get any higher than the point total that we were talking about, which that also makes it important as well. Maybe a little bit more emphasis, and then the Inferno next week go up to Auckland for the 18th and 19th. So if you're in Auckland, definitely check that out. But in the meantime, I think we're going to go to intermission here as we've checked out the highlights, and we'll take a break, probably come back to the under-12 league in about 4 or 5 minutes as the ice is groomed, and we'll be back with you to give you second period action here at the Alpine Ice. 2-0 the score to the Wakatipu Wild after 1.
So high, feet on the ground, but I still get by. The rules were made for someone else to try, but not me.
Canterbury Inferno Hockey is brought to you by Brendan Hart and Harcourt's Gold. For your real estate needs, buying or selling, get in touch with Brendan Hart at Harcourt's Gold. Brendan.hart@harcourtsgold.co.nz. And by Futaporo Accountants. Not your average accountants, Futaporo take the hassle out of taxes and let you focus on what you do best. Futaporo.co.nz. Eden Health and Chiropractic, helping athletes and their families thrive. EdenChiropractic.co.nz. The Alpine Ice Sports and Entertainment Center, fun physical entertainment for the whole family. alpineice.co.nz. And by Pinnacle Sports Physicians, specialist medical doctors giving expert advice to get you moving as quickly and safely as possible. The clinic specializes in the care of children and adolescents. pinnaclesp.co.nz.
Skating's only part of it. Alpine Ice.
Kia ora koutou, welcome back everybody. It is just that time again. The Under-12 Super League. Paul's going to do a little calling today, so we'll leave it over to him right after we get through the announcements. Today we have players from the Canterbury Ice Hockey Association Under-12 Super League competing during this intermission. Oh, good hit there. Let's see, who do we have? We have, is it the Spiders and Bats again? It is. There it is, Spiders and Bats. If you have a child who might be interested in giving ice hockey a go, the Canterbury Ice Hockey Association has a Learn to Play program that offers a free trial session with all gear included. To learn more, just Google Canterbury Ice Hockey Association or visit the website, which is ciha.org.nz, to arrange a free session. And with that, Paul, I will turn it over to you.
Yeah, so they've got a little game on the go here. As Matt mentioned, We've got the Spiders versus the Bats. Haven't got a clear ascendancy yet. They're both taking a few shots. There's Spidey number 11 coming around. There's a difference. You'll see there's a difference in sizing out there. We've got some young kids from about 6 years old up, I think, that come and play in the under-12 league. They have a huge amount of fun out there, and as we mentioned a previous time, they play 3 games at once, cross-rink, like we're seeing here, and it's really focused on building up those skills, developing the skills, even if they're not the fastest skater. As they go through the under-12, they will work on their skating skills, and when they graduate into the under-15, of course, we go to the full rink. So it's great to see a really good pathway right the way through from a very young age. If they keep it up, they could be, as many players have been over this last week, playing for Canterbury in the Nationals tournament down in Dunedin this year at least. But this is where it all starts. And number 11, I think it is there for the Spiders, is having a wee go. Good defence there from 18. I don't know any of their names, unfortunately. One of these days we'll ask for a list so we can give them the recognition they deserve. But I'm sure their parents, when they watch this again afterwards, will know exactly who they are. There's 22 coming up now for the Bats. So he's looking pretty confident, takes a shot. Great save there from the goalie over there for the Spideys. Looks like the Bats getting it back again. As you can tell, it is any gender at this age, so boys and girls play together. They, as I say, they have a lot of fun. I think I mentioned yesterday that some of the teams heading down to Dunedin, certainly from Christchurch, but some of the other teams as well, had just as many girls playing as boys. So definite pathways for boys and girls. And then if they keep it up, of course, from a Canterbury perspective, you'll see them showing up in a few years in the Red Devils and the Inferno. Oh, there's a nice little goal there from that number 18, I think it is, from the Spideys. Great little shot. He's pretty happy about it as well, as he should be. They've both teams have been trying. So I think that might be the end of it. It might be 1-0. So that was the game winner in the end. Great little shot there from 18.
Yeah, I'm gonna say for the goaltender, I think he was a little. Well, you heard the buzzer go off, which I think he started skating forward. So to give him a little credit, he came back and nearly got the diving save, but a little thrown off, and it's understandable. So good defense by both teams.
Yeah, no, great little goal. And of course, they love being out there. There's a reasonable crowd here again for the Sunday game. So out there playing in front of friends and family and others who are interested. It's great to see the crowd cheering them on as well. So that's really good.
Well, and they know how to ham it up too if you watch them.
Yeah, they certainly do.
All right, we'll be back in just about 1 minute to bring you second period action here at the Alpine Ice. Thanks, everybody. Welcome back to a Matariki weekend here in Christchurch. Wow, that's loud. 2-0 the score, of course, for the Wild. And welcome back, Paul.
Thanks. I was going to say, if you can tell anything from the chants at the start of the period, then you'll know that the Inferno have come out firing. Their heads are up. They're energised. Very loud call from them before this period, and I think they're going to get ready to go. They'll be wanting to make a big impact on the first part of this next period.
Well, and as I said, there is a lot to play for, so it'll be Garen and Wimet to take this face-off. And here we go with second period action. Wimet loses that one, and we are underway with the Inferno on the puck, on the long shifts. Long benches anyways, and Garen taking it up the right side, stays in the corner on the fresh ice. Bennett takes it away, but then it's slapped away from her. It's going to go around and out of the zone. Godfrey gets there first. A little bit of a loose pass It goes up and out of play for a face-off. Social media manager grabbing the puck there just in time. Thank you, Eve.
Just for those at home, you noticed in the first period, one went out in the defensive zone. That was called a penalty, whereas this one wasn't. Do you want to explain that one?
Oh, sure. We've got time. I'll tell you what, I will explain it after the next break. Just remind me. Burstein to take this one. She wins the face-off. And it's Shattuck getting it away out of the corner. Now the Wild have it, center it, and that's going to go out of the zone to Bennett. She settles the puck, looks for an outlet, goes across the ice to Burstein. Rotating through and passing, and there's a shot, and we get a whistle. Yes, we do. So, face-off coming up. The answer to that question, Paul, is if you are on defense and you put the puck out of play in the defensive zone without hitting glass or anything else, that's considered a delay of game penalty. Anywhere else, that's not the case. But that way you can't just waste time and chuck the puck out when you're caught dead in your zone shot. And it goes off the back wall. Shattuck with it. Inferno trying to get out of the zone. And now Patchett has it. Patchett with a pass forward to Yonker. Yonker collects at the goal line. Passes towards the crease. Jeffries does a good job holding that in. Godfrey with a shot. Goes behind. It's going to be Stiles getting there first. Goes out to the point. Smith picks it up. Smith with a long shot in. Kick save. Goes out to the other point. Godfrey skates in. And that's deflected. Goes back to Smith at the half-board's near side. Low shot. No deflection on that one. Goes to the other side, and it's going to come out of the zone, but the Inferno bossing the puck for a little while here. Smith with it. Passes it forward. Gets it back. Kicks it away. Godfrey has it. Skates to the other side of the ice as some changes go. Keeps it herself, goes in the zone, skates around, cuts in front, shot. Dangerous one, but kicked away. And Godfrey gets the check before she finishes up that shift. No, she's gonna stay out there and skate down that puck. Great play against Dixon. Good defense, that comes out. That is offsides at the moment, so that's why they have to let that puck go. And now we get a call, and that is, well, I want to say that's an icing call. I'm not positive on that one, but that puck, we didn't see it. It skirted just below the boards. And the faceoff will be in the Wakatipu defensive zone. They're skating back quickly to try to get there. And now they figured out who's going to take it against Guerin. And they drop it. I think it was Weeks that won that one, and the Wild with the puck, holding on to it behind Pulse's net. That goes out to 23, Dixon. And she is run down one more time, but they give it to Weeks. Weeks comes in, tries to run through two players, and finds out it's a bad idea. Passed in, and it is Crookshank jumping on the puck, forcing a face-off.
This is exactly what we needed to see from the Inferno at the start of the second period. They've already had about 3 pretty reasonable shots on goal. Didn't quite get through Pulse, of course, but they took the shots. They've been playing a little bit more aggressively, a little bit more physically, exactly what they need to be doing. Burstein
back on the dot for the Wild. She sweeps that back. Do they keep it in? They do. That does go out of the zone as they slap it back in, called offsides. And that'll come out to the offsides dot in neutral ice. Matthews Barnett back out on the ice for the defense for the Inferno. Burstein wins another face-off, and that's taken away by Yonkers. Yonker with it, and passed away to Thurston. Thurston brings it in the zone. Pass back out. Goes around the net. Thurston in front. Chance. Couldn't connect there with, who was that? That was Sangster again. That's that same connection I was talking about. Anyway, that pass goes into the crease. Crookshank decides to stop play, and we get another face-off. Yeah, they seem to find each other every single time. It's kind of an uncanny connection, but just watching it in person, you just see it over and over. Thurston to Sangster, Sangster to Thurston. They just know where they are on the ice. That goes into the corner after the face-off. No clear winner there for me. And that only goes as far as the half boards. Patchett fighting her way around the defense, but losing a little bit of ground as that puck goes behind. Now it's kicked out towards the crease, and it is the Inferno breaking out. Good play there by Godfrey to herself off the wall. Great move. Has to turn around, leaves the puck behind. Great skating. Jeffries with a shot. That is thrown back again. Now Patchett has it. Out to Godfrey. Takes a shot. That is a close one, but goes just left of the goal. And now the Wild have it. Tobin slaps at it. Ouimet leaves it alone. Godfrey throws it back. Weeks can't play it. Godfrey gets it again, throws it in. And it's Harris with it. Coming around and out of the zone. Trying to get some speed through neutral. They do exactly that, but leave the puck behind. Eccleton loses it. Mills. Mills loses it off her tape. Smith picks it up. Smith with the outlet. Off a shin. Bennett just throws it into nobody. Gets it back. Tobin trying to chase that one down. Comes back in the zone. And it's Shattuck. Trying to get it to Eccleton, but instead Shattuck throws it around the backside. Tobin there to clear the zone, and they're off and running. 2-on-3 here. Dump and chase. Good choices. They're making some changes. Wild pick it up. They hold it in at the point. They do. And it's Shattuck's shot that goes into the corner. Eccleton sending it around. Inferno still have it, but give it up there. That pass intercepted, but it's going to have to go back to neutral. Guerin turning. Nope, choosing to go all the way back to the other side. Goes around the goal, holds up. Now looks to pass it out. Kind of puts the Inferno in a bad spot, but the Wild make a change there. And now there's a 4-on-2 if they hurry. Gordon skating. Wild set up in a tight bunch. Guerin now has it. Guerin holds it in. Now she's out of the zone. Not caught there. The linesman screened off there. Couldn't see that that puck came out. It works out okay for the Wild. And Bennett throws that the length of the ice. No icing here, as that could have been played. Mills. Into that board there. Godfrey playing to try to chop that one out. She nearly took a stick to the face there. That was close. Out to Bennett's long shot. And another scramble in front. And a held puck. Crookshank with the save initially, and I don't think it got spilled anywhere. And I think that's why they stop and play. Let's take a look. Paul, I think we got this one on replay here. This is a good shot with traffic, but she's right on top of it. It's just that next little flare that she kind of pops out. You have to be careful with it, of course. You see anything else? No. Okay. Wild with it. Smith. Patchett with a bouncer. Comes back a little ways. Trying to settle that puck is Godfrey. She sends it around the kick plate, goes behind the net, and stops. Now the Wild have it. Jeffries on the forecheck. It works. Godfrey with his chance, trying to get it deflected in off Jeffries, but she couldn't do it, as that puck had gone by her already. Then that puck goes off the rounded boards. Godfrey trying to get it deep, does just that, goes up to the corner side. And the Inferno trying to play it in front of the goal, as they're kind of stuck behind it at the moment. Goes up to the half boards, and they go right back behind again. Wild with possession now. And that's passed out. That's going to go the length of the ice. And they will get the icing for that. Smith on the hustle back.
Yeah, there's an interesting connection between Burstein and Sangster. It's actually Bridie Sangster's first season playing the NZWIHL. In fact, she was a figure skating until she was about 14. So she's been playing hockey for a few years now, but started life as a figure skater.
Well, we all make mistakes in life. No, I'm just kidding. Starting out with Gordon on that half board. I think there are several movies about that, most of them rom-coms, but that's another story. Offsides of the play here. It's dumped in. Everybody tags up. Harris may jump in, but it will be Andrews carrying that out. Now Barnett picks up the loose puck. Bounces away. Gordon can't handle that one. Barnett gets there. Carries it in the zone. Goes deep behind the boards. And now the Wild have it. Stiles. Stiles with a cutting chance. She's upended. Chance again as that's sent into the crease. And now the Inferno come out with it quickly. Matthews skating in. Matthews going the length of the ice. And effectively she's going to earn an icing for the Inferno to come on the other side and get a face-off. Good work there by Matthews.
Yeah, Burstein as well, Kelly Burstein is actually originally from Minnesota, from a town called Elko, which
Wait,
combined...
did you say Elko?
Elko, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Combined with another town nearby called Newmarket to form Elko Newmarket with a population of 5,000.
Yeah, that's a... I think they would call that an outpost. Jeffrey's with it. Yeah, I've got a trivia question for you, Paul, just in a second. Inferno have the puck. They're trying to get that behind the net. Oh, here it is. So do you know what the state bird is for Minnesota? Oh, hang on, we'll get there. Burstein with it. Burstein on the move, and a double move stopped by Kirkshank. That's a good one, and some physicality. Burstein goes after Shattuck there. She's going to draw a penalty for roughing. She can just go ahead and go off the ice as she knew she misbehaved, and she's already off as it is, but it's going to be a hold call.
Yeah,
that was about as easy as I've ever seen a penalty go. She definitely wanted to get off the ice.
Yeah, all day long that was a penalty. I'm not quite sure what Shattuck said to her or did. She did hold her back a little bit, quite within the rules after she took that shot. So I suspect that she wasn't very happy with her not getting out of her way.
Well,
course,
I can say it now.
Yeah.
Yes, the state bird of Minnesota is the mosquito.
The mosquito?
No, that's a lie, but it just feels like it every time you go. Anyway, Godfrey with it. Nope, as Jeffries throwing it in on the power play. Do they hold it in? They don't. Now Guerin has the puck. She takes it in the zone, leaves it behind, and that's turned over. Does it stay in? No, it's not, and it's a breakaway here if it can be handled. Good hit there by Godfrey, getting the puck away from Mills, and that's shot in on target. They continue to play that one. The Inferno are on the power play here, just having a hard time getting out of their zone, and that one stays in play. That's a house rule. We'll explain that one again. That gets sent in by Bennett, and it is the Inferno with the puck behind the net, trying to break out. 2 on the forecheck, and now that's going to maybe backfires. Guerin comes in 1-on-2. It allows for a change for the Inferno. Guerin still holding on to it. Guerin spins. Guerin shoots. Oh, and that is a great save there by Pulse, as she showed her a little bit of a window, tried to take it, and then covered it up, almost like just betting her.
Yeah, tempting her to take the shot, and she took it all right. It was a great little shot, but she was up for it. Getting ready for the puck drop here.
Yep, Patchett holding up her player, and that goes past Yonker. Gordon in the corner, and that's going to go the length of the ice. With 30 seconds to go on the power play, Burstein not out there at the moment because she's serving a penalty for what could have been a number of things, but I think it was officially hooking. Was it? Goalie save there, just a little flipper. What was the penalty again?
I thought it was roughing, but I could be wrong.
Let me check.
Yeah, maybe we should look that up.
I gotta know now. And holding was the call.
Right. You could probably take your pick, couldn't you? Or,
holding, roughing, hooking. It was all there. So I think everybody was happy that was easily adjudicated. Anyway, 13 seconds to go on this power play. The Inferno really need to pick something up here offensively. That puck tumbles the length of the ice. It'll be Shattuck to pick it up. 2 on the forecheck, and basically the Wild ignoring the fact that they're a player down at the moment. It's going to go out to Gordon, back to 5-on-5, and Burstein back out after what it was effectively just a quick rest. That's just passed into the back wall there. Inferno have it. Guerin still skating with it, gains the zone, looking up. Guerin with a shot, blocker save. Stays in the corner, Inferno still have it. Boniface throws it back in. Gordon, and now Guerin. Guerin turns it behind to Gordon, and now Sangster let it go, and now the Wild have it. Gonna move out 1-on-4 here, leaving the puck behind, but it stays in the zone. Burstein's gonna draw a penalty and score anyways. She was motivated, she came out, she took the number and scored. 3-0 the score for the Wild. Let's take a look at this one. And she's gonna come in around that left side. Good move there, hooked there, diving in and still scored. That is a heck of an individual play.
Yeah, she's certainly stamping her authority on this weekend's play. 3 goals yesterday, another 2 today, plus been quite a playmaker around the rink. So yeah, certainly making herself feel felt.
Well, she's been the star of the show, to be fair. It's been the Burstein show, and it's been an enjoyable one if you're a neutral fan. But yeah, she's had her any way she wants out there, pretty much. But I just want to say that backhand, that's hard at any level to get that backhand high enough to score there. So heck of a goal by Burstein. 3-0 the score here for the Wild up on the Inferno. And Harrop trying to dig that one out. Weeks throwing it behind. Wimay. That one goes as far as Weeks. Right in the middle of the ice. And they finally find the puck. It's going to come back in. Eccleton's got it. Eccleton tries to shoot, gets her stick lifted. She has to turn and come back. She's one of those that plays with a really high hands on that. And that did a good job for her to keep the puck there. Once you see it, it's easy to spot. And then Orr now with the puck. Goes as far as Smith. She keeps it in. Smith dumps it forward. Tobin takes it off of Harrop and chases down Orr. That puck stays on the corner and comes out. Wimay. And then Eccleton takes that the puck away from Mills. Chance there for Jeffries, low shot, and that goes against the netting. Might have saw the net ripple there, but that was just on the outside, and we get a stop by Pulse.
It's one of those flicks. I think she was aiming for the back of the goalie's leg, actually, to bounce it off there and in, but didn't get there, hit the net, as you say.
Yeah, anything would have, any kind of deflection, you just never know, so take the chance, and you get the face-off anyway. So patch it out there. Won by the Wild. That puck goes flying up at the blue line, comes back out to neutral. Andrews takes it in, shot. That is deflected away by Boniface. Goes low, and Crookshank jumps on it for a face-off and doesn't want to mess around. As we've passed the 5.5 marker of the second period, Wild in control here so far. Burstein's going to go out there, win the face-off, goes back out to the blue line. In front, Chance, it deflects around, low backhand, Comes back out in the middle, but the Inferno are there. It was Patchett playing defense there and not allowing the Wild to set up. Shattuck. Length of the ice, it's going to be on target there. Styles skating around with it. Styles with a move. Styles with the cross ice pass there to Weeks. It goes to the near half boards. Inferno play it away, but it comes in quickly. Styles with a chance. That was a bouncer. And it almost got in there, but Cruikshank up to the test. Let's take a look at it again. Let's see if it just bounces. It's a funny bounce. Those are just always tough to handle.
And of course, Jonah Styles, another Canadian player from Ontario. Did I say that right?
Ontario, yes.
Yes, Canada. Starting to be a vet now.
Wimay knocking that to the side. Weeks goes down. Strain gets it out. Oh, and a chance here. Gordon all on her own as that puck goes away. Shot right in the gear. And I believe that's going to be a penalty against Jeffries for interference. Would not have counted. Or sorry, Guerin. Excuse me, it was Guerin. Guerin absolutely took out her player. And you'll see this. If we do have this on replay, this is an easy call. Really textbook interference, but I'm not sure if we have that one here. Here we go. Let's take a look. As that flips over, watch the other player here. That's Guerin. Absolutely takes out the other defender. That goal would not have counted. So power play for the Wild, as that's quite the turnaround from the Inferno chance to Wakatipu power play. And they set up to cycle it around at the blue line. That shot comes in, and a funny bouncer. It was off of a hand. I'm not sure that would have counted either. And a good hit into the boards. And the physicality picking up now, and another chance here if they skate quickly. It's Gordon again. Gordon takes the shot just offside, off the left side, outside of the pipes. And they've got to be careful because it's a 3-on-3 coming in quickly for the Wild. Burstein with it in the corner. Another penalty coming up against... It's going to be against the Wild for a hook. They held up the play, so it had to be Styles in that case. Didn't see it as it was transitioning. I missed the... let's see if we got it on replay. That was one of those sneaky ones to kind of open up that side of the ice. I don't think we're going to have that one because that's kind of an odd one to catch for a replay. So anyway, 4-on-4 the case. No missing goalies this time. So we've got even strength out there for 1:19. And the Wild come away with it. Wimett over the blue line. Shot. And Cruikshank holds on to it for the save. We stay at 3-0 with 3:19 to go in the second.
Yeah, I was going to say up until the time that the Wild scored, it was almost a repeat of the first period last night rather. A bit of an arm wrestle backwards and forwards, but you see Wild has really taken the lead now.
Or with the shot, she gets it right back after the kick save. And that's flicked around for Shattuck. And again, this is not a power play either way at the moment. This is 4-on-4. Jeffries, and a chance. If it goes in front, swept aside, goes through the crease. But Yonker couldn't knock that one home. She gets back on defense. The Wild holding up on it for a moment. And now Smith has it. Pass to center. Out to Orr. Off the boards. Mills lets it go. Pushed forward by Godfrey. Tries to take it off the wall, but the puck gets left behind. Bennett's trying to hold on to it. And once again, it's slippery out there. Really acting like it. And it's going to stay 4-on-4 for now, which means the player's not released even though the clock's up on that. And now it is 4-on-5. That's going to go the distance. And that goes back in the zone. Offside's the call. And we're going to have 14 seconds of power play left for the Inferno on that. I said that a little bit wrong. You don't hold up on that because it's a coinciding, because it's not a coinciding 4-on-4. You still release the player at the time, but you can see the Wild player up on the edge of the door ready to go. Whether or not she's going to stay on the ice, we'll see. Face-off won by the Wild again, but the puck comes in, Strain trying to hold it in. And that goes to Harris. Burstein throws it deep. The administrative penalties have expired. Burstein throws it in, and that'll go for icing. And everybody will stay out on the ice for the Wild. With 1:27 to go here in the second period, still 3-0. Inferno just really struggling to get anything behind either of the goalies this weekend of the Wild. Pulse with a good game and a shutout so far. Jeffries behind and off the backboards. Shattuck jumps in on the play, but that's going to go a long ways. Played by the goaltender. It's Boniface with it. Patchett. Harris. Wime. Held by Clark. Shot, and that deflects off somebody in front, and we've got a stop in play. Hand pass called, so that'll come out of the zone. Hand pass by the Wild as that came in. Apparently bounced off somebody's glove, Paul.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, Gibby Mills took a good shot there, but as I say, it bounced off a glove by the looks of it. Back for a restart.
Face-off won by the Wild. Goes to Stiles, and now Mills. She's going to bring it in the zone. Passed out. That's going to go the length of the ice, and icing it is. No! The player held up, didn't skate hard, and they wiped it off. Don't see that very often, but it's absolutely legitimate. You got to skate your way through that. Off the board, Stiles throwing it deep. Godfrey's going to chase this one down. And that puck goes out to neutral. Guerin with it. Leaves it to Gordon. Gordon with a shot, doesn't get through. Bit of a scramble in front of the crease there. 10 seconds to go. Guerin holds. Guerin shoots, deflected off a shin. Smith has it. It's out at neutral, and that will end the second period of play here with the Wild up 3-0 over the Inferno. So, Paul, it didn't feel that different. That second period felt a lot like the first period to me.
Yeah, I think they started out, Inferno came out, originally started out pretty strongly, and I think the first half of that period, or certainly the first third of that period, it was a bit even Stevens, but that Wild goal from that point on, it was all Wild again. The Burstein show, as you say. She's making an absolute cracker of a difference out there. It's not just her, of course. The team is playing very well together, but she's certainly having an impact. We've got Matt Sanford joining us now, the coach of the Inferno. How are you doing, Matt?
Yep, I had better days. This is a little bit of a tough one.
Yeah, that's right, and we were just calling it the Burstein show, or the Burstein show. She's definitely making an impact out there. What do you think you're going to need to do in the third period to close her down?
We just got to start firing some shots. We're not happy with what we've done so far. It's a reasonable close game, but we just need to put some goals in the net. That'd be really helpful. So we're fighting up against it here, but we've got 20 minutes to see what we can do.
Yep, and certainly period two, you came out, that was clearly the message at half-time, or after that period at least. You came out, the players were playing particularly strongly. There were some good shots on goal early on there, and then, of course, Wild got that goal. From that point on, it was a little bit hard to keep the pace, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, so we're just going to try and keep the positivity up on the bench. 20 minutes there, 3 goals. It's doable, but it's definitely a tough ask.
Yeah, excellent. Thanks, Matt. We'll let you get back to your team now, and I'm sure you've got a few words to say to them, and look forward to seeing how they perform in the third period.
Awesome. Thanks very much.
Thanks, Matt. Well, there you hear it from the coach. It's the same thing we're saying effectively. It's get the pucks to the net, figure out how to actually score. It's pretty simple hockey rules, really. Score more goals than the other team, right, Paul?
Yeah, that's right. It's the interview no coach wants to do, of course, after 2 periods when you're 3-0 down. But what he was saying was bang on the money. They've got to create their opportunities, get up there and slot it in. And that's what they'll be looking to do, I suspect, quite early in period 3 to get them back on the board, get their hits back up and get them back into this game.
Yeah, if we look at the summary, it's just Burstein's goal at 7:30 to go in the second. And otherwise, just the penalties that happened, it's pretty much wash, rinse, repeat. And it's the one thing the Inferno cannot have in the third period. They need to turn things around to get things on their side. Otherwise, the Wild are going to walk out of here with 6 points.
Yeah, they do have the firepower. They've got some very strong players out there today. Yes, they're missing a couple, and LJ Hart obviously being missed, but they've certainly got the firepower out there to do it.
They do indeed. So we'll leave it there as the chuck a puck goes on. It's always an interesting tradition. There is actually one sitting on the dot. That doesn't happen very often. We'll see you back here in about, I'd say about 9 minutes. We'll catch up with third period action here from the Alpine Ice. We'll see you soon.
Strumming on a heartstring stereo to a song.
Canterbury Inferno Hockey is brought to you by Brendan Hart and Harcourt's Gold. For your real estate needs, buying or selling, get in touch with Brendan Hart at Harcourt's Gold. Brendan.hart@harcourtsgold.co.nz. And by Futaporo Accountants. Not your average accountants. Futaporo take the hassle out of taxes and let you focus on what you do best. Futaporo.co.nz. Eden Health and Chiropractic, helping athletes and their families thrive. EdenChiropractic.co.nz. The Alpine Ice Sports and Entertainment Center, fun physical entertainment for the whole family. alpineice.co.nz. And by Pinnacle Sports Physicians, specialist medical doctors giving expert advice to get you moving as quickly and safely as possible. The clinic specializes in the care of children and adolescents. pinnaclesp.co.nz.
Skating's only part of it. Alpine ice.
Koto, welcome back everybody to the Alpine Ice Sports and Entertainment Center. My name is Matt Chavez here with Paul Matthews once again for the final period of Inferno hockey regular season here at the Alpine Ice. Game number 10 for the Inferno. They've got 2 more coming up here in Auckland next weekend. The Wakatipu Wild, their opponents today up 3-0. And it is the Wild who are finishing their regular season here. And they are trying to do it in style with 2 wins. And they're close to it. But they're going to have to finish out this third period. Paul, I think, we were kind of kidding about it, but it is the Burstein show. And yeah, she's been on fire with 4 goals this weekend.
Yeah, that's right, and I can't help but reflect to Coach Matt Sanford's comments there. They just need to get around her, just need to get some shots and get them in net. It sounds really basic, score more goals, that's how they're going to win. But it's, it's all the work that goes in to get themselves the opportunities, get themselves into position.
Yeah, I saw in the chat, somebody said, yes, that is the standard hockey interview, and I couldn't agree more in the sense that, yeah, it's not giving anything up there, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But there's a lot to it. My take on this is that in the second half of the second period, the one thing that we saw out of the Inferno that was different, a lot of counterattacking single breakaways that weren't there for almost the rest of the game. There were at least 3 of them that I know of, 2 of them by Gordon, 1 by Guerin, and in all 3 of the cases, he didn't get the best of shot, but it is the one way that they may be able to crack this. It's not so much the offense, it's a counterattack and taking the puck away from the Wild and just firing it and taking a chance that way. It seems like that's the best way to go.
Yeah, that's right. And for those that have watched the Auckland Steel play, for example, this season, that's almost their signature move now. They are very, very strong on the counter-attack, and that's what we need to see here. We can't get away from the fact, of course, that Inferno have put 20 shots on. None of them have made net, but they have put 20 shots on versus 24 for the Wild. So they are getting some opportunities, but a lot of them are not really ones that you feel are going to get past Pulse here. Yeah, no,
Pulse has been fine. She's been doing really well. She's sitting on a shutout, of course, after 40 minutes. And it's going to take something of the Inferno to just move her out of position in order to get one of those quality shots. Whether that's the counterattack and kind of the streak, like Guerin needs to not skate away from the goal. She needs to go right at it because she's got the speed and the chance. Gordon was doing that, just kind of cutting right directly at her. But Burstein's, as an example, is kind of cutting in and taking an angle and giving her 2 chances in front of the net, and she's picking the one that's working. That's been kind of the difference to me, is a lot of these goals are coming out of one-on-one situations. So if those can get better, then the Inferno can get back in this thing. I just don't see a whole lot of set them up, rotate around the blue line, long shot, outside the dots kind of goals going in at this point. We had one yesterday, and that was the only goal the Inferno scored, and it was I want to say it was Shattuck from the point right here on the kind of the long one that was deflected and goes in, but that's it. So you can't really depend on more than about one of those goals a game to just happen to go in. So I think, what are we doing here? Okay,
yes,
it's wet.
Yeah, the ice is still a little bit wet, and especially behind those goals, and we can see it from up here as well. A few spots that are a little bit shinier than they should be. So the officials just holding up proceedings here for a couple of minutes while they work through that, wait for the ice to harden so they can have a good contest here.
Yeah, the Barcodes are having a day today. Like I was saying, I hope they don't mind me naming them by name, because I don't normally like to name referees, but these guys have been doing a great job. Ryan and Ashley, thank you very much. And again, 2-man show for them today, as it's all of the proceedings in Dunedin, and everybody it's a tough one to get everybody on the roster. Everybody is working this weekend if you're a referee. So they're really doing a good job of it out there, handling it with just two people with whistles. So good on them. I'd like to give them a shout out as well, because the referees have been so good to me over the years, telling me what's going on, especially between periods or whatever, just sorting things out. It's helped the broadcast tremendously. I really do appreciate it, and I just want to make sure that those guys get their airtime, and they do deserve it. So.
Yeah, quite a thankless task at times, but the games couldn't happen without them, and I think that's been a feature of the season. They've done a very, very good job out there.
Although I will disagree with one point on that. Burstein just put herself in the box, so I didn't have to do anything on that one. So that was interesting. Yeah, it's not often you see that.
Yeah. Basically, as soon as it happened, she started marching, so she knew where she was going.
Just basically put a face wash into Shattuck and said, "Yeah, I'm out of here. I got your point," and made her way into the bench, into the bin. Yeah, still waiting a little bit for well, it's not a sublimation process, just a phase change for the H2O out on the surface. So you'd think it would get going here, but it is a warm day in Canterbury. It was nice out. I wish I could have gotten some golf in, but didn't have time. Would have been nice, but it's been such a strange winter. It was a terrible week last week. The week before that was great. And this weekend's been really nice. It's been a strange one, but here we are in Canterbury. What do you expect, right?
Yeah, and it was the same down south in Dunedin as well. The start of the week, it was flooding, absolutely torrential rain and very, very wet. And then it cleared up on about Thursday, I think it was. Cleared up, the blue sky was out, the sun was out, and it was a beautiful day. You wouldn't have even known that 24 hours before it was torrential rain.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy changes, but that is the South Island for you, and that's all right.
We'll see the players out now just keeping their legs warm. They don't want to go out and kind of undo the work that they've done warming up, so they've been allowed to pop back out here given the delay, and a chance to just do a bit of skating around, keep their legs warm, get themselves ready for when the game kicks off, which won't be too far away now, I suspect.
Yeah, so another, well, it's basically 3 goals for third place if the Inferno can get it done. I figured I'd mention that again. They do have to win the game, so I guess technically they need 4. I mean, I guess you could say that 3 in a shootout or something like that would work, but yeah, this is time for the offense to shine if there ever was a moment for the Inferno.
Yep.
And we're going to get underway here. Third period action here at the Alpine Ice. The Inferno and the Wild up 3-0. And we'll get underway here with Guerin to take the face off. Beats Wime with a quick stick, and they dump and chase. And that puck flies around that backboard. No slushy problem behind there at this point. Wild with the puck. And they look to move out. Forecheck against Orr. Orr having a hard time getting it around. Goes to the half boards. Kept in at the point. Deflected. And past the length of the ice here. Not quite enough for icing. Smith's going to pick it up. Wimea on track there. Godfrey now had it. Do they get it out? They do, past Bennett. And strained for a moment. Wimea plays it away. Guerin slaps at it. Stays center ice. Wild play it back to neutral. Jeffries gets rid of it. Gets it back. Oh, you know what we're not doing, Paul? I didn't give you your time on the mic. I'll tell you what, after the break here, we promised. So we were playing around, and yesterday we were going to have Paul do the play-by-play, and he did a great job for 5 minutes here. And then we were going to do it again today, and I just jumped right in front. So let's see where this goes. We'll get a break in play, and we'll let you take over. What do you think?
Oh, that sounds good. I think you do a cracker job anyway, so I'll give it a go.
I'll take a break. Shattuck in the corner there, trying to get it to Yonker. They play it out. Burstein throws it a little bit closer to the net, but it's Smith in front, keeping it away from Thurston. That comes back the other side. Shattuck lets it go. Yonker sweeps. Harris loses it. Back to neutral. Stiles has it. Sends it across the ice. A couple of changes. Boniface is going to hop out and pick up that puck. Starts skating it forward at the red line now. Patchett bringing it in the zone. The remainder of changes for the Inferno happen. And that comes back out for Godfrey. Godfrey walks it in, gets it taken off her tape. And Strain recollecting for the Inferno, passed off a skate. And that one's sent in off Patchett's skate. It's gonna go to the back wall. And some more sustained play here as we pass 2.5 minutes in the third period. That'll be a penalty. Godfrey took somebody out there, and that'll get the stop. Godfrey ran right into Andrews, and I think they knew right away that was going to be a call for an illegal hit at least, unless they have something specific. Let's see. 2 minutes for, I think it was elbowing. We'll see it in just a minute. All right, Paul, it's all yours. If you need anything, give me a shout. 5 minutes, go for it.
All right, so Gurin's going to take the shot with Wei Wime. Passing over mid-rink to Bennett's. And set down the other end, and of course icing quite okay when it's 4-on-5, but it didn't make it that time. So now we've got Mills with the puck, taking it back, took a bit of a shot there. Bennett's passing it back, Bennett's again, and that was Weeks who tried to circle it around, but stopped there by the Inferno. Sending a shot down, not that it needed to be when they're a person down, but right on target to the goal. Trying to claim it back there is Bennett. And setting down that way again. And the purpose of the icing, of course, get a little bit of time while they're down to 4 players. But it also gives the Wild the opportunity to reset play, get things set, and set themselves up for an attack, which is exactly what they're doing now. So up they come now through Weeks, pass it back now. And that's Burstein again running back for it. Almost lost her footing there, but she's regained that back and got it. Bit of niggle there from Inferno, trying to get it off her before she got her run started, but unfortunately for the Inferno, no such luck.
Okay, that's a penalty against the Wild. 6 players on the ice. Or, yes, it was 6 on the ice where it was played. So I was watching that very carefully because they were coming off the ice. They checked. It was indeed against Sangster. At least she's going to serve. She was on the ice at the time. There you go.
Yeah, that's right. And any player, of course, can take the penalty. This time it's Sangster who has taken it. So she'll be off the ice for 2 minutes unless the Inferno scores, of course. So down to 4-on-4 and getting ready to drop the puck again. And, of course, Gurin is taking the drop. Got Nerese Gordon in position if they can get the puck to her, which they can't from that one. Again, unfortunately, doing too well in the puck drops. Certainly from the Inferno side, of course, from the Wild side, they're quite happy. There's Smith now doubling back, trying to get it right into the...
what a shot!
That was as close can be. So tapped up over the shoulder and didn't quite make the line. Of course, in hockey, it's got to cross the line, not just go on the line, and it didn't quite get there. So not sure if we'll have a replay of that or not. Oh, here we go. So you'll see it there. It was passed in. A great little shot, flicked up.
Now this is the shot right here, and it was almost deflected. Well, that was a dangerous knuckler as it came in. So one of the best chances for the Inferno today, but unfortunately still 3-0.
Yeah. And they're going to go again, but Wild's got their handle on it now nicely as they take it up through the neutral zone. Burstein hanging in the middle there, waiting to see if they can pass it up to her so she can make it 5 over the weekend. But Inferno's done a good job of keeping them off to the side. So that's Shattock passing it up. No icing with the goalie taking it there. If you didn't notice, we're back to 5-on-4 for another minute or so, with Wild down to 4 players. That gives Godfrey a chance to set it up for Gurin, who went to take a shot, but they did a very good job of keeping her stick in neutral. There's going to be another penalty there, I think.
Yep.
That's Gurin again.
Yeah, a little too physical there going into the boards, and I think that's going to be a boarding call. So it was a good shot here. So he crosses into the corner, and it's there in which she was knocked down and played into the back numbers. So Guerin a little bit too aggressive there, and I think that's what's going to be the call, is 2 for boarding. Let's make sure of that. 2 minutes. Illegal hit officially. So there you go.
Yeah. Excellent. And the officials having a bit of a chat about it first to determine they got the right call. Very hard to argue with that one. Sometimes those ones are a little bit on the line.
Not that one.
Not that one, no. But what physicality is allowed and where it crosses the line. So back to 4-on-4 now for another 30 seconds at least. And Smith heading back to it along with Wime. Well, we'll have it now behind the Inferno's goal.
That was for boarding officially. There you go. It's hard to see. The illegal hit in the board looks pretty much the same when you're backwards. It's a little difficult to see a referee.
There's Bennett's fighting for it there. But, oh, no, I was going to say Inferno have it, but no, it's gone back to Wild. And we're back to 5-on-4 now. But this time, of course, the Wild have the advantage. And that's Wime again, passing it up, I think, or maybe it's Weeks actually, my apologies. Passing it in, Burstein's got it again, and here she goes. Passing it up to Mills, getting into the offensive zone, takes a shot, but very well deflected by Boniface. Shaddock's got it again, went for an icing, but it was well blocked. Tapping it back now, and it looks like the Wild will comfortably collect that, but Nerese Gordon trying to not make it too easy for them, chasing that puck down as well. Here's Burstein again, passing it in. Didn't quite make the connection, so there goes the Inferno, taking it down through Gordon. Well intercepted by the Wild there, who have that puck again. Passing up to Andrews, the player from Wellington, who's managed to get it across to the other side of the rink now to Burstein again. He's looking for an opportunity, passes it in, but this time the Inferno defence were up for it, but it's not out of the zone as yet, but I think it will be shortly as Godfrey takes it up through neutral. Oh, and that's going to be another penalty, this time against the Wild.
Yeah, that was a dangerous penalty, honestly. That you have an illegal hit, but that was also a little bit on the high side. I don't think it was intended, but Harris really taking a shot there and just basically did it wrong. It's not that she couldn't play the body there in order to keep the player off the puck, but because of the way she hit, that is going to go as an illegal hit. And 2 minutes against the Wild. So let's see what the clock says. Just got to make sure we get that right.
So we're looks like we're going to be back to 4-on-4. The officials just having a bit of a word at the moment on the score bench, just working through what the call is, I think.
Yeah, I think there's a bit of a timing issue as far as sorting out the exact moments and who's serving. So Boniface is going over. I'm not sure what's going on with that because Guerin just came out of the box.
Yeah, there's a little bit of confusion. The officials just working through. Guerin's come out of the box now. Maybe her penalty was actually over, regardless of what it says on the screen there.
Well, we'll let them get that sorted out. It looks like it'll be 5-on-4.
At the moment it's 6, but that's okay. The puck hasn't dropped, so they're just sorting themselves out. Back to 5-on-4 in the Inferno's favour.
All right, you get a little overtime here. Notice the shots are 25 each, so that's an interesting even point. Here you go.
Yeah, it's Guerin, and they well take that drop again. We've got Godfrey now, who's passed it in, and chasing that down is Nerese Gordon, of course, who's spinning around looking for an opportunity to take a shot. Comes on the inside and, tried to take the shot. Didn't quite get a hold of the puck there. Scrambling for it behind the goal now. Two Infernos there. They've got it at Spirit, I think. Takes the shot. And a very, very good save from Pulse. Hopefully we'll have the replay of that as we do on the screen here.
Yeah, now Pulse is sitting in a good spot, but she gets up for just a moment and has to drop back down and gets a very wise choice to just snap that up and hold on to it.
And so they're going to have another go. As Godfrey's got it now, looking for the opportunity. They've got three right in front of the box, so if they can get their stick to puck, then you know which way it's going to go. But no, it's headed out to the side now. Smith has tapped it back in, gone behind the goal, and spun around, but still kept within the zone from Godfrey. Well, taking control. They want to settle it down a little bit now, but first off getting out of their zone, which they haven't done. Again, thanks to Godfrey, but they managed to this time. Smith now passing it across the rink. Godfrey again, and it's touched the netting, so that will be a stoppage, and they'll bring it back.
Oh, so there was a very good sequence of play there for the Inferno, just taking some shots from distance, which they really needed to just get those pucks on and get traffic in front of Pulse to try to solve Pulse for the first time. It just hasn't happened yet. So they're just asking about where this is going to be. It is going to be to the offense or the offsides dot here and start outside. So I'll jump back in here. 57 seconds to go on the power play. Guerin wins this one to Godfrey, and it is the Inferno trying to set up the power play again. Shattuck's going to walk this one in. She skates and holds up, passes. Smith with a shot that goes halfway in and gets deflected away. Godfrey has to wait. Were they offsides? They were not. She held up for just a moment, and now Shattuck plays it back to Smith. Couldn't get that one to settle right, and now it's going to come out for the Wild. Good play there by Godfrey, and now Guerin has it up the left side, skating in. Good move there. Can't get the puck to settle as it was spinning. Couldn't get the shot away. Now she passes it, hits Mills, and it's the Wild getting it out of the zone with just 10 seconds to go on the power play. The Inferno with their most effective offense so far. Shot. Oh, and it wasn't seen for a moment, and Pulse jumps on it and gets a face-off. It'll allow for one more face-off with the advantage, 5-4, but just 1 second on the clock.
Yeah,
but as you see this one come in, though, check it out. This was a dangerous one. Oh, it did hit post. That's what it was. It did hit the post. We didn't quite see it from that angle, but it hit the post, beat Pulse, came back, and was covered up.
A very long shift there from the Inferno players. In fact, Godfrey was the only one that managed to get a change in that.
Barnett hit post again. And that one comes back out. That was a dangerous shot that the goaltender just could not see. And now Patchett brings it in up the left side. Holds on to it. 5-on-5, of course, now. In front, chance, shot, Strain, almost. Strain had the chance in front of her. She's not going to get a better chance than that all year, and just couldn't get that one to the other side. You'll see it here on the replay as she skates across, ends up with a puck in a perfect spot, but ends up right in the gear of Pulse.
Yeah, just the goalie to beat, but Pulse was up for it.
And a drop and a win for the Inferno, but it's taken away right away. And Burstein skates it out with some speed. She's coming up the middle, gains the zone, skates around Boniface, can't pull the trigger, and that puck comes back out quickly. And here's a one-on-one with Strain again up against Bennett. She's getting some help defensively. Shot that goes through the crease, not on target, stays in the zone, and it's Patchett trying to keep it in, but it's going to be turned for icing by the Wild, so they'll stay out there. And we have 9:37 to go. The ice is tilted towards the Inferno right now.
Yeah, that's right. Much more offensive play over these last few minutes from the Inferno. They know that they have to score. They have to score in the next minute or two if they want to get back into this game. They've been throwing everything at it, and you can see now they've taken the advantage in the shot count, 28-25. So that tells the story of the last few minutes of play.
Guerin with it, and he turned around with a shot. It's Yonker with a Gordon with that shot. Yonker in front of the goal. Now there's a penalty coming up. And that will be, I think, against Bennett for a hit to the head. We'll see what we've got here. 2 minutes, the call. Illegal hit to the head. And it is, yes, Bennett's.
As we see occasionally, the player disagrees with the call.
Yeah, that time you actually had to tell who it was and then take him off. Yeah, it's a pretty normal process.
Yeah. But the officials were right there, so they had a good view of what was going on.
9:21 to go in the third period, and that is another chance for the Inferno on the power play here. Running out of chances, they're going to have to start taking a few. And that shot from the blue line didn't quite make it through to Pulse. And now Godfrey picks it up behind the net. Leaves it behind for Smith. We met on the forecheck, just doing a great job of killing some time. And that pass only goes as far as Harris. Passed forward, but collected by the Wild. Gordon on the forecheck there, trying to take it away while it's back there, but the Wild, oh, that was very close to going out. I think it would have been inside the blue line, so it wouldn't have been a penalty, but dangerous nonetheless. Smith with it. Smith passes it, goes to Stiles. Patch it back out there for the Inferno. That one goes bouncing around. Smith collects it. 51 seconds to go on this power play. Weeks on the forecheck. And it is Stiles getting rid of it. And the Wild skating it out. Some good skating there by Bernstein. And Bernstein just basically skating it up and then leaving the ice to take a quick break and doing exactly what they needed to do to get rid of it. The Wild bossing this power play at the moment. It started out pretty positive for the Inferno, but it has fizzled here. And now the Wild have it with a chance. Clark throws it in. Mills will come around the backside, but it's the Inferno in charge with the puck. Godfrey getting rid of it. Strain. And the penalty is over. Bennett's out of the box. She's going to stay on the ice. Mills knocked into the boards from Jeffries. Jeffries takes the worst of it, and a hand pass called against the Wild. That's going to go at the offside dot for faceoff.
It's going to be some very tired legs out there. Some of these players on both teams actually have played some very long shifts in this last few minutes of play. The power play and the PK lines, of course. So yeah, we'll see if that plays a factor in these last 7 minutes.
Mills with a shot. Cruikshank with a glove save. It was a little outside. Let me just correct that. That was a hand pass on the Inferno the last time, as that's why it came into the zone, because they were trying to pass it out of the zone. So thus the call. Guerin to take that one. She loses that. Back to Mills to Bennett's. Bennett's with a shot. That one came through for a kick save. And Guerin on the breakaway here. Guerin holds up. Guerin looks at the goal line, goes back. Shattuck still skating. Oh, and she had a chance as she went through the crease going for the other pipe, but it was not close enough. She had Pulse beat coming around, but couldn't make the most of it. Takes a shot, and Guerin can't get that one on target. Bounces out, and the Wild have it. Goes back to Orr. Orr skates it behind the net. Gordon on the forecheck. Yonker chasing around as well. Thurston. And that puck goes behind. The forecheck is well and truly on as they're trying to jump the lines here for the Inferno. That puck's going to bounce up and get turned back into the Wild defense. They can play this all day long, but if they don't get any shots out of it, they're going to be susceptible to the counterattack. The Wild being careful right now, but they have the puck. Sangster misses that one as it was deflected away. Jeffries. Sangster goes behind to Barnett. Matthews. In front chance. Jeffries tries to pull it away. Stays with Harris. Pokes it in and gives it to Barnett. And that goes around the dasher. Strain knocking it off the board. Harris. And back at center ice. It's Patchett coming in on the left side. Patchett loses the puck. And Wild turn around. Burstein up the right side. 1-on-2. Holds. Looks for a pass. Goes off the goal mount. Sent back around and goes out of the zone. And here's a chance if Harrop can get on that. Stiles gets there first. Sends it back out. Some good skating there. And the Wild continue to hold tight, park the bus, and not give up anything. Harrop down the left side again. And they're playing long ball here. That puck stays in play, comes down, slap shot from the point. Smith couldn't get it through. Chance there, a kick save. And Eccleton can't get anything on that. Goes to Godfrey. Smith takes it in. Smith shot outside. Godfrey sending it low again. Dixon trying to get rid of it, but can't do it. Eccleton out there gets beat by Stiles. Dixon continues to play passively here. And now gets flipped out. Godfrey collects the puck, gets taken off her stick. And then a good kick forward by Smith. Going behind the net. And it's Stiles getting it out. Boniface. Guerin takes it in. Clock ticking here for the Inferno. Trying to get to the middle. Shattuck walking it in, takes the shot. Blocker save into the backboards. Wild with it, they try to flip it out. It's gonna get out to neutral. Boniface there first, sends it in reverse. Stiles. And now it's Guerin walking it right up the middle. Tries to take a shot, but she's gonna draw a penalty just as importantly, and it'll be a hook. There it is, there's the call, hooking. Didn't get the number on the Wild player, but it will be a power play with just 3 minutes to go. Let's not get caught off guard by a pulled goalie here today, Paul.
Yeah, that's right. Well, I tell you what, they're throwing absolutely everything at it. Now they don't want to go 3-0 down by the end of the game. They really have been putting the work in it. There's some players out there that will be absolutely dead on their feet. They've had some very long shifts, but they don't want to leave anything.
Well, and that's exactly why you call a timeout here.
Yeah, that's right.
So, to recap the game, we've got a power play for the Inferno coming up. 2 minutes, 58 seconds to go. They're 3 goals down. There's really nothing to, they may as well go 6-on-4 here if they want to. The only catch with that is, of course, on that 6-on-4, if you play without a goalie on your power play, you are susceptible to the empty net, as happened yesterday, so there is that. So they may not pull Crookshank until 2 minutes, but the Inferno have to do what they haven't done in 57 minutes, which is score.
Yeah, that's right. And you kind of think that now's the time, if they're going to do it, that they've got to get at least one on the board if they've got any chance whatsoever of pulling it into a draw and into extra time.
Yeah, this is that moment where we always talk about when it starts to feel way too late is when it's a goal a minute. And they've got to start coming pretty quickly here.
Yep. And anything can happen, it wouldn't be the first time, but
no.
Certainly an uphill battle.
Guerin wins that one, goes as far as Godfrey. She's got it at the point, skates in, goes halfway, gives it to Guerin. Guerin shoots, knocked into the corner. Out to the blue line, Godfrey, shot. Bounced away. Goes to Gordon. Gordon holding, skating around. Takes the shot, blocker save. Comes back out high. Guerin takes the shot. That one hit the side of the net. Goes around and does not stay in. And Godfrey collects it there. And that goes out to neutral ice. I'm gonna make sure we don't pull a cable out there because we don't miss anything. Shot, and that goes just over the bar. And goes out to Smith. She just sends it in. Why not? Puck at the net. Shot. And Shattuck had a chance there, but that one goes directly into the logo of Pulse.
Yeah, it's a very good power play from Inferno. They're doing almost everything right. The only thing being they haven't got it in net, but certainly their structure, the way they're passing it around, the opportunities they're taking, the shots they're taking, exactly what they need to be doing.
And it's Guerin taking it again. It goes out to Godfrey at the blue line. Low shot in. Goes into the crease, but now it's turned around. Burstein has it. It's taken off her stick. Very important defensive play there. And remember, the Inferno are on the power play. They're going to take this one back in with 1:33 to go in the game, 33 seconds to go in the power play. Guerin passing it to the side. Shot. Never gets through, as Guerin's taking them from every location, and it's a nice change to see them coming in, but that's a turnover, and it's the Wild sending it the length of the ice with 10 seconds to go on this power play, down 3-0 with 1:05 to go. And it appears by all means, as we go back to 5-on-5, that the Wild will come out of here with 6 points with a win here this afternoon. And they send that one a long ways down, but not far enough for icing. Shattuck gets rid of it. Sent deep. They'll get some changes here with 40 seconds to go, and passed forward. Gordon with it. Gives it up. Wimet. Shot by Weeks. And a cover up with 20-something to go here in the proceedings. So, Wild taking all three here. I'll go ahead and call it. It's 20 seconds. I think it's a safe bet at this point.
Yeah, it's anything but a mathematical certainty. It's very unlikely to go any other way. So technically it could, but no, I'm with you.
So 11 points for the Wild, 7 for the Inferno, which means that in order to avoid the 4 seed, they will need to get at least 2 wins in Auckland in order to avoid that fate. But it's not like they missed the playoffs. They will have the playoffs. I think it's August 1st and 2nd here. We'll be doing all of those games for you. That is the final horn, and it is the Wild that take this one today, 3-0. A shutout for Pulse, as she gets lots of hugs, and she should, right? I mean, she has had a heck of a game.
Yeah, 33 shots on her, and that only tells part of the story. Of course, there were some very, very good shots that she managed to get in front of. Both goalies actually have done a great job tonight. Wild did get 3 through, but Cruikshank really was up to most of the shots. Again, 25 on down that end as well. As you say, for Inferno to avoid that spot, basically their pathway to the final is either win twice against Auckland next weekend or beat them, I think, 2 weeks later.
Yeah, well, that's the easier way, right? I mean, in some cases, you can go up there, but you don't want to give away too much to Auckland when you go up there. So it'll be interesting to see how they play this. But if it doesn't change, then they will be the first game in the 1-4 matchup anyway. So they're going to play 2 games, and the first thing when they come back 2 weeks later, which will be August 1st, that game will be the evening, I think it's the evening game for the 1-4, and they will have to take on the Auckland Steel again anyways. And in order to do that, or in order to get past the semifinals in a 1-game playoff. So,
and in that scenario as well, they of course have home ice advantage for the semi-final.
Yeah, if there's one advantage to being there, even though you're the 4 seed, if that turns out to be the case, it's still a home game. So, you know, you fight all season long to become the 1 seed. You got to go down and play somebody right away on their ice. So that is an interesting quirk of that format, but that's what's going to happen. For us, we will be back. Paul, thank you very much for your service so far in the season. Hopefully we'll have you for the playoffs. We'll figure that out. And then coming up Saturday and Sunday, in just 6 days, we'll be back here at the Alpine Ice to cover the regular season ending series for the Red Devils as they take on the Sky City Stampede. They are in a playoff chase, and the problem with the men's division is there's 4 spots and 5 teams, so somebody gets left out, and right now it looks like it's going to be a fight between them and the Swarm, and next weekend will mean quite a lot to them too. So if you're in the Christchurch area, please come out to the Alpine Ice, support your teams. It's going to be a real barn burner on Saturday. Looking forward to it. And good one for the Wild today. They end their regular season with 11 points. We'll see how that turns out for them, 3rd or 4th seed. And we will see them in the playoffs here come 3 weeks. But in the meantime, for Paul Matthews, I'm Matt Chavez. We will see you next week for the Red Devils here at the Alpine Ice. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Take care.
Jaybird singing something